Well, hi. Welcome to the State of Decay 2 stream. I'm your host, Jeffrey Card, and over here we've got a new special guest you've never met before. It's Erin Anderson, producer extraordinaire.
Hi.
So Erin is joining us. She was recently hired to work on State of Decay 2 because we are still supporting the crap out of this game. And over next to her, that of course is Brant, and we're happy to see him too.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got this game that we're playing. Erin is inheriting our game from last week.
And she is dying.
Which means she has
She is
characters at the
sad.
peak of health, and I don't know what she's talking about at this point.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you've already... look what you've done.
The struggle is real here. Look at her.
So,
Encumbered.
so in about 15 minutes or so, we're going to start interviewing Erin and asking her questions. So if you guys have any questions about being a video game producer, working at Undead Labs, or any of the things that she might know about, raising rabbits, that sort of thing, ask questions. And Megan and Joe and Wonder are watching the stream, are watching the chat. They'll get questions to us. We'll pass them to Erin. In the meantime, let's play.
That's all right.
All right.
So,
Where are we going?
where are we
I
relative
don't
to our
know.
community?
Where are we?
Our community is up on the hill.
All right. Let's see if we can make it over there and not die. This is test number 1.
Is this Nightmare?
Probably. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it is. You can always check the difficulty menu.
Oh shit. Let me get some snacks. Just keep running.
Wow.
Never stop running.
Never
She-
stop running.
She really is in kind of bad shape.
I know. I'm not trying to bite anybody. I don't even have any medicine on me at all. Just left me with a bag of snacks and a box of ammo.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Why is your home status here just stable and people aren't happy?
Here's your
living
first
here?
question. How big is the first feature that you're working on since you're new?
Ooh. Can I answer that?
I don't think you
I
can.
don't think
Yeah,
I can
I
answer
mean-
that. I'm sorry.
Erin's working exclusively on secret things right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
I have a
big.
very secret job.
It's really big, but haha, we're not going to tell you.
Well, one thing that Erin's been doing here has been running playtests for us. This is one of many things that she's been doing, but she's been organizing us to test our secret new stuff.
What?
You want to get us set up? Are we going out on an adventure?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, go grab your stuff.
I don't live in your house. I don't know where you keep things.
This is Jeffrey's house. I just live here, too.
Not even mine anymore.
Wow,
I
this
made
is-
a company account so that we don't have to play my game anymore.
We do have a terrible setup. We are in bad shape.
I that's what I'm trying to, yeah.
This is a brand new community. We might even be in the middle of the starter arc. I'm not sure.
This does look like the first house.
We were carrying, like, one of the heaviest things you can walk around with, too.
Absolutely.
So, there's that.
It was the drag one leg behind you run. She could barely do it.
She doesn't... Oh, boy, we don't have any bullets. Yeah, we're dressed for success today. Okay, let's see. We need some more snacks.
Definitely.
Let's see if we actually have anybody who's... Oh, we got... Oh, Crusher. Nice name. Crusher. She got crushed.
Love her jacket.
Let's find out what they do for a living. We got our gardener. He's pretty good. And then we've got a hairdresser who's shaved head.
Oh.
I don't think I'd trust him.
It's like a skinny chef.
I don't think Jeffrey Donovan is a trustworthy hairdresser.
MS Payton wants to know if we've made any people or zombies that look like the developers. Now, I don't think we should point out any specific ones, but
I mean, yes, we have people who have provided their likeness, and any playable character can turn into a zombie. So yes,
so both really.
yeah. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we're in deep trouble.
Hey, you got you got a rifle there. I don't think you have any bullets for that rifle.
Now,
As long as you have snacks, you'll
okay,
make
we
it.
have energy drinks and snacks, and I think
Are you near a gun store or anything? Is there
I
someplace
think
you
we
can
checked
scavenge?
it out. It's an outpost. No, it's not an outpost.
It just could be an outpost.
I
Looks
want to
like
say
it's still searchable.
There's one thing searchable. Did you want to?
Mm-hmm.
So if you, go back down where we came from,
Gotta be quieter.
down the hill, and there might be one gun left in there. So
By the way,
it's-
if you want to be able to
right
hear,
there.
if you want to be able to hear, you can stick the those headphones on. Or I can probably actually just raise the volume a little bit in here. Won't hit the mic.
Oh yeah, just intense volume. Volume at max. So I always like close these gates after me no matter
think
what.
they-
It really bothers me if they're open when I
think they
leave.
close automatically after a while.
Eventually,
Eventually.
maybe. It drives
After,
my kids crazy too.
A bunch of zombies are in there and you've walked away and you come back home and you're like, how the hell did these things get in here?
A lot of times when I was talking about State of Decay early on, I used to say things like, it's never what zombies do right. It's always what humans do wrong. Somebody goes crazy and leaves the back door open, except I leave the back door open every time I leave my base. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, once you play the game for a really long time, you just start like kind of not caring about little things like that. So whenever my kids are watching me play, they're always like, "Dad, you left the door open. The zombies are gonna get in." I'm like, "Whatever." Makes me feel a little bit, I don't know, like I'm the badass character who just doesn't care anymore.
Oh, shit.
So I'd like to shout out to all those people who are doing speed runs right now. I know that Surreal Scotsman, Fall Down Go Boom, and Mr. Dart have set up a rule set for running Nightmare speed runs. And all I can say in watching you guys is you're insane and seek help now.
Do I not even have a gun on me?
No, that's why we're going to the gun store.
You don't need a gun. Look at you.
No, just melee, dodge, melee, dodge.
See, you're already a better player than most people who sit here because you know how to use the dodge button.
Most people just kind of lead with their face.
That's right. Or there's Daisy, who knows how to use the dodge button but refuses. And
She likes to challenge herself.
that's right. State of Daisy. That's what we call it when she's joined us.
Just close that.
So somewhere in here is an unsearched box.
Big Lou wants to know if juggernauts could become normal jugs after the blood plague is cleared. Because right now in nightmare mode, blood jugs are the only juggernauts out there. And if you and he's
It
wondering
must
if we
be
could
out
switch
front.
them. I think that's
Probably
a little tough.
on the shelving.
I think that's a little tough. There's actually technical limitations that sort of limit the number of different kinds of
Oh,
zombies that
there
we
it
can
is.
have. And
Ooh,
so when
it's
we
gun
decided to
tasting.
put the
Nice.
blood juggernauts in, we're deciding not to have normal juggernauts. That doesn't mean we won't eventually someday find a solution to that, but right now that's a limitation we're kind of bound by.
Yeah, if we add something else has to.
Ooh.
It's like the houseboat rule. If you bring something on board, something has to go off.
Yeah.
Some pyrotechnics.
Oh, you want that?
Do I?
Yeah, because that's just a rucksack that you can take back to your base and celebrate.
Right.
But you have a gun too.
Yeah.
So now you can make all the noise you want.
Where is it? Here it is. Let's
And
get that equipped.
there you go.
Let's get that up there.
I believe it's named after I think that's the Tassie Devil too, which is named after one of our beloved longtime fans who we recently lost. Very sad, but she's forever immortalized in our game.
That's sad.
Yeah, we're going to miss her. We
Bulgarian, no. That's that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. We've been getting a lot of comments from people saying that the game sounded a little bit low. I've been trying to mess with the levels on my end. We actually turned it down last week because we had a guest on the air and we were
We want that
using
guest.
Party Chat, and so I had to mess with the levels. And so let me know
we
if
want the
I've
cheap
turned it up
beer.
now. Let me know if you can hear it okay.
I mean,
We should probably take
are you
the-
asking me?
we should
Because the
probably
answer
take
is
the cheap,
always yes.
We should definitely take the cheap beer with us back home. That's a necessity. Maybe it'll help improve the morale around here.
This body is by cheap beer. So Scarproof says a little bit higher.
All right. I've now got it as high as I can get it easily right now.
Wait, Adam survives. Aren't you in Vegas this week? What are you doing on our stream? Get out of here.
Do I really need to to remind all of you that we're low on
Here's
fuel.
Sailor. Hello.
That should keep us going.
Oh yeah, that 6 ammo is really gonna keep us going.
Helpful though. It's helpful.
Better than 0 ammo.
It is better.
And you've got a gun now.
Yeah, and I got cheap beer. A 40.
If only we could drink it.
Yeah, I was just about to be like, what do I do with this? I'm gonna just drop it here in the kitchen. Somebody will come take it.
So brain vomit. There's going to be a couple people in LA for E3, but we're not having a big contingent down there. That's all I know. I don't even know who's going, but
I'm going.
Well, if you guys want to meet Erin, no, I'm kidding.
you don't want to meet somebody we named Brain Vomit?
Oh. I mean, I'm not going to judge somebody on their gamer tag.
Cerebral emesis scar proof is basically brain vomit, right? That's what Jeffrey says. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it means. Yeah, I mean, emesis is vomit. Cerebral is having to do with the head.
Cerebral also immortalized in our game with a weapon that he mailed us in real life.
Yes, he mailed us a weapon. Do you want to meet this person?
Mailed us a sword, actually. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Oh, is that the one in the room over there?
Yeah, the
Oh,
skull
that
on it.
thing's
And
so
the,
cool.
Yeah, the crazy barbed-looking crossguard.
Yeah.
Listen, beats and buttons. Erin has no dirt on me. There's no dirt to have. Okay, stop asking her.
This
no
looks
dirt.
decent enough to drive.
Yes. Does it have gas? Yes, it does.
Well,
It's ready
I
to
also
go.
have gas on my person.
Perfect.
So, where do you guys want to go?
Well,
We can go anywhere in the world
That we have gas to reach.
that we have gas to reach.
How about that gas station?
maybe the gas.
I have gas on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd go over to your community or your base, click over to your base and see what we need.
Oh, you mean like?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So
I
we
think I can
need
hear some of
meds.
these.
We need
Okay.
meds and fuel. So
Alright, so maybe I'll just drive right over here.
that's probably a good idea.
Oh, wow.
As the doors get ripped off, no big deal.
Nice.
Running low on that.
So the fifth Viking is asking a popular question. Wants to know if we're going to add customizable outfits to the game. We got nothing to announce right now, but we have heard you. We know this is one of the most popular things people ask for. So
I definitely have it on the list of community wants.
yeah, it's on the list. I talk about the list a lot. The list doesn't necessarily mean things are going to happen soon, but it does mean that we've heard them and we care about it. And you know, like I said before, you know, we're planning on supporting this game long term, so almost anything's possible.
Midi-K, SOD2 is getting a new map. We've announced it. So that's an answer to your question there.
Yeah, hopefully at some time in the, you know,
like we're in
future,
the clear.
we'll be able to talk about our Trumbull Valley thing that we've been working on for a while.
Yeah.
That's one of the secret things that Erin can't tell you about.
I can't tell you what I do here.
But yeah, she does have to run some pretty fun and elaborate play tests to see how these things are working. I just keep trying to come up with words I can say, and I can't say any of them.
Oh, nice. There's already a repair kit in this trunk. I feel like you guys have driven this before.
Oh, this is an emergency.
Okay, go ahead and take
I'll
off.
be right back.
All right, we might just repair this vehicle right now because this truck is pretty busted.
Yeah, in my personal game at home, like I think I only found there's only like one car anywhere near me on the map, and it was this completely broken down sports car. And so I was like scouring the map on foot, trying to find just one toolkit so I could get that thing moving. And like I'd already loaded the back full of like resources that I needed and everything, but yeah, it took me a while.
All right, let's see. Went to the gas station. Hospitals.
Yeah, Cable
Adorable
978.
barn.
Cable 978 is asking about getting a display of how long you've been playing the game. That's another one that's pretty high on our list. It's below a few other things, but we know that people really pride themselves a lot on how long they can survive in a given area, and not having an easy way to track it, except once a day when the day rolls over. I know that can be kind of frustrating, and so there's a couple things we got to do before we get to that, but that is one that we know is important to people, especially our long-term players. And it's an interesting thing, like, when there are some improvements that really help brand new players understand the game better and enjoy the game better, and there are some improvements that are specifically for people who've been playing the game for a long time. And there's fewer people in that second category, but we know that they're the people that we depend on the most to keep our audience big and vibrant, and to keep the game going. And so we kind of have to make sure that we're making improvements to the game that serve both audiences, both new players and long-term players, and sort of get a nice mix going in there. So that's definitely a long-term player benefit, but it's something we do want to do.
So Beats and Buttons asks, Undead Erin, do you role play your communities, or is it easier to play unattached?
I do like playing games that have role-playing elements. I think it's pretty fun. I don't role-play my State of Decay community because, like you said, I get too attached and then I'm so sad. I more like to role-play communities in WoW or something like that, where if I can murder my character and then she comes back.
So a lot of folks have been wanting to know how. First off, what a producer does. So you're a producer. What is your job about?
Oh man, that's a big question.
If you want to hand the controller to Brant, to answer
focus
this stuff,
on
go right
answering
ahead.
questions.
Yeah.
A producer is basically, I say I'm like the big sister of The Office.
Okay. So I've got a 13-year-old daughter and an 8-year-old daughter who share a room. And the 13-year-old daughter rules the 8-year-old daughter like a drill sergeant. Is that what you have in mind?
That is exactly what I have in mind. Basically, a producer is the one that makes sure that we ship. So us actually shipping content and shipping games is my job. The other developers are very creative people, and they could work on a game through their entire lives and still not be satisfied with it. So a lot of my job is just making sure that we have a cutoff at some point. We don't do too much feature creep and put them in a little bit of a box so that we can get something out the door into our players. Schedules, organization, release schedules, it's all me.
I was about to ask you, what kind of skills does it take to be a producer? Like if somebody aspires to be a producer, what kinds of stuff should they try to get good at?
Just being really good with people. Being able to talk to anybody, get to know anybody, different personality types. My job is a lot of communication. So communicating with everybody inside of the studio, outside of the studio, at Microsoft. So it's probably the single most important skill. And then being extremely organized. So organized.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of, communicating with people, you're one of the first people who, very soon after you joined the lab, you were like, can I please be on the stream?
Yes.
so I can not just meet the people at the studio, but also the people who play the game.
Yes.
And, your eagerness to connect with people has been a huge benefit to the role that you've been playing around here.
Thank you. Yes. I think it's important to get to know the community because
we have a kick-ass community, too.
Yeah. Especially that big list that these guys are always talking about. That big list actually sits on me to say, okay, this is what's in the schedule next. This is how those priorities go into play. So, I'm interested to know what the community thinks is most important and get through those lists. So I want to be active.
So be super, super nice to Erin because she has a lot of control over what you get.
I do have the power, yes, of the lists.
So a lot of folks were wondering kind of like what your background is, where you came from, and what brought you to Undead Labs.
Well, I've been a producer / project manager for 6-7 years now. I was a project manager, technical software projects for a long time, and then I started working at Wargaming. So if anyone plays World of Tanks, I worked there. And then after that, I worked at ArenaNet, so Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2. And now I'm here. Honestly, I was just invited over since I knew some people that worked here, and I fell in love with the studio and the people here, and it just really seemed to click. So it was a total great fit.
So, what's the most fun you've had working in games? It doesn't have to be anything that happened here.
Can I grab one? They said
Oh,
put
sure, if you want to.
cat girl hoodie on top of the list. I was wondering if they saw my hoodie, or if they were just asking about that.
Oh, look
Oh
at
my
that.
gosh,
I
what?
think it's barriers.
Serendipity.
Okay, sorry. Next question.
Oh no, that's it. I mean, you seem like you are already a State of Decay character if you've got an animal hoodie. So.
Yes, practically.
Well, so this question, actually, I think Wonder came up with this question. She wanted to know, what's the most fun you've ever had working in games?
Oh, what's the most fun?
It does not have to be us. We won't feel bad.
I will, but
That's a really hard question because it's all so fun. For me, it's totally a dream job. Like, I get to play video games and boss people around. That is literally my job. So it's all fantastic. I don't know if I could pick a specific one. So that's the political answer, I guess.
So I hear that you and Brant share a passion for Mexican wrestling.
Yes, we do.
Lucha Libre
The Lucha Libre.
Volcanica.
So last weekend I went out. We did wrestling. It was like half lucha libre, half not. It was amazing. Bungie actually rents out. I think they purchase in advance an entire row at this event. So they purchased that whole row. Nobody sits behind them. So a bunch of us other studios got together, like 343, Heartsu, ArenaNet, and Undead, and we had them put a row in behind them so we could sit behind Bungie. So we just all rolled in and sat behind Bungie and we're like, hi.
You just threw snacks at Bungie?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are you gonna do about it, Bungie?
Yeah. So much fun. There's nothing like watching guys in short shorts smash each other up.
Do you think State of Decay 2 needs more wrestling moves?
Yes. I think it would be great to put masks in the game too. I mean, that would be fantastic.
Oh my gosh, don't get us started.
Oh man, you just set off a firestorm. Not confirmed. Not confirmed.
So, speaking of animal hoodies, one of the more popular types of animal hoodies in this game are bunny hoodies, and I hear that you are a bit of a bunny expert.
Yes, total expert. I had two bunnies. Sadly, one passed away last summer.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
I have one left, and she's the cutest thing ever. She just kind of roams around my condo and does her own thing. She's the sweetest.
It's kind of like having a rat living with you.
It's kind of like having a cat, more like. They're really similar to cats.
I've never seen like a free-range like apartment bunny before. I've usually seen usually people keep them in cages or keep them outdoors or something. That's kind of cool that it sort of just lives in your house.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Like litter box trained.
That was
clean themselves.
That was my question in
Yeah.
my head. Is it litter box? Can you do that with a rabbit?
Yeah, they actually pretty much train themselves. It's super easy.
I had no idea.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a pet rat when I was a teenager, and I was kind of a bad rat dad, and I didn't do a good job of cleaning the cage as often as I should. And so one time the rat just got fed up with me and just moved all of its poop to one corner of the cage, and then moved its food to the other side. And I was like,
They're super clean.
apparently they know how life works.
Yeah.
Better even than like Middle Ages humans.
Don't
do.
eat where you poop.
Exactly.
That's rule number one.
Another question that Wonder suggested was, what would you do if you weren't a producer?
Oh, geez.
Mexican wrestling?
Probably, yeah. Be a luchador. That would be pretty cool.
What would your ring name be?
I have no idea. I'll leave that up to the community to
All
pick
right.
for me.
Be nice.
Something fantastic.
La Coneja, maybe? That's the rabbit, I believe.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't speak Spanish. That was Google Translate, so forgive me if you speak Spanish and that was terrible.
Might have just offended somebody else.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably did.
probably. Probably. We tend to do that.
It's our favorite thing.
With our pronunciations alone. All right. Did you want to play again?
You're doing pretty good. What other questions do you have? I'm expecting some real zingers.
Oh man, the bunny question was like my hard-hitting one.
Infirmary would be a great place to start.
I am utilizing the new,
Everything's fine here.
newly
So I'm
added
staying on
feature of being able to just drop stuff straight into the community
Oh,
from,
yes. Check
from
that
my
out.
backpack.
I've been
instead
wanting
of
this
having
for
to
a
transfer.
year.
Oops, didn't want to do that though.
Dean Luxton wants to know if you had played SOD2 before you joined the lab, or if this is a new discovery for you, getting your feet wet.
I did play a little bit before, not as intensely as I play some other games. But once I was here, now I play it all the time.
Yeah, it sounds like you're a WoW player. Like, what else are
Yes.
you? Or is that your main game, or what is it if it's not?
Well, I do really like WoW. I kind of jump around games a lot. I really love open world type things. I really like PvP. I just get so nasty in PvP that I have to limit myself.
Like nasty, like verbally abusive, or
Yes, I get very verbally abusive. No, it's just like
I'm trying to imagine
I
that.
I just finished playing
I feel a bit.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well. I'm the type of person that likes to 100% everything. So
Wow.
I like to get all
That
the
is-
achievements. I like to 100% stuff when I play it. So
That is quite a game to try and 100%.
It took me
Seriously.
so
Holy.
long. I would walk into a new area and be like, oh, well, I guess I'll go explore these 10 buildings now.
And now there's like DLC, right? Like, have you also
Yes.
gone through like?
I haven't played the DLC yet. I feel like I need a little break after finishing the full game.
Okay, so are you Cassandra or Idiot?
Cassandra.
Awesome.
Or Idiot.
I forgot what his name was.
Cassandra all the way.
Cassandra's fantastic.
One of
She's so
my
badass.
most favorite characters to play in all of games ever.
I feel bad for the voice actor of the male character because like
Alexius?
Alexios, is that what it
Alexios,
was?
yeah.
Because like I feel like this is not statistical. Anecdotally, 80% of people play Cassandra, and so I mean I don't know.
Yeah.
As well they should.
Yeah, that's what I was
She's
like,
tougher by
definitely
far
should.
than, yeah.
I don't know, Kingdom Hearts, I am almost finished with that. It was just super nostalgic.
Yeah. What's your Fred Garvin wants to know what's your favorite game growing up?
Oh, growing up. Oh man, there's so many good ones. Probably Ocarina of Time. You know, that's number one.
That's a
I
classic,
do
yeah.
have like the heart container
Nothing
tattoo, and so I probably have to say that that's my favorite.
What about you, Brant? What was your favorite growing up?
Let's see. Karateka.
Karateka! Wow!
I played that way too much. And then I would say, I'm of the age where to play games we either had to sneak into a college computer lab or you know, steal quarters from our parents to play for 7 seconds in an arcade. And I was the reason why Dragon's Lair was profitable.
Oh my gosh, that game.
What a horrible, terrible game.
Nothing left here.
Were there any other games you thought of, Erin, that you wanted to?
For my child, I think the first PC game I played was like the original Doom. And
Ooh.
my dad bought that for me and put it on our super old PC with the dial-up, you know, and
Yeah.
oh, I played the crap out of that game. Loved it.
So your dad bought you a game?
Mm-hmm.
My dad called me. My dad called
No.
me. My dad called me a idiot because I would play
man.
games.
No, my dad got like, you know, the original Nintendo and would get, you know, Link to the Past, and I played through that with him, and you know, build Super Mario and everything. He was a fan of those games. So
I need your dad to adopt me right now,
Yeah, that's great.
because then I can go back and have like those moments with my dad in what ended up being my career path, right?
Scarproof wants to know if you typically play on console or PC.
I do both. Yeah.
Neither one is dominant, really?
Probably more on Xbox, but both. I have PC, Xbox. I also have a PS4. Wii. I have pretty much every system.
Yeah, when I was younger, I played. I mostly played on PC, and I didn't really get a console until I was an adult. And then it was the Xbox because it had so many
Right.
PC-like games on it, the original Xbox, and that's what kind of brought me over. Now I play about half and half too.
Ooh, ammo. Need ammos.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, don't need zombie kisses.
I love the way you came up behind you though. Like,
No zombie kisses. I'm gonna do the smart thing, and that'll keep them out.
You should definitely always close doors behind you.
I just find that if the door's closed and I get jumped, I need to run out, and then there's the door that's closed.
Empty.
Yeah.
Granted, you can bash through the door, but
Brant, Russ Sullivan wants to know: are there any zombies ate my neighbors Easter eggs in the game?
sorry, not currently. Though it's funny, I like a couple months. Oh, I'm not hitting her. A couple months ago, I finally tracked down and picked up a copy of that game again, and I'm going to start playing it to look for fun Easter eggs that we can put in, because that one was a great pivotal game in zombie canon as well. But most of our game references came from Plants vs. Zombies originally.
Yeah, we got the Conehead zombie. There's a yard in the original State of Decay that looks like the yard.
Yeah, because we had the sunflowers, and then there was a line of lawnmowers and a bunch of zombie bodies. That was all James McMillan, our original map guy.
World builder.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of questions about potential future features that are on the list, the magical list. Stephen Wolf wants to know if we can manually heal other characters the way you can heal the technician. That is one where we haven't figured out exactly how that would work if we were to add it to the game. That technician who holds still all the time is a different situation from like other players and followers and things like that. But
we're in standard zone.
What? How did that happen? Oh, well, that's just no fun.
You better bump up the difficulty.
You know, I just realized, I needed to test something out, and so I started a new game in Standard, and I forgot that we were still on that game when I'm sorry.
I thought I was doing really good.
I tuned the drama way down without even meaning to. That's totally my fault.
Okay.
Well, like, if you want to switch to Nightmare Zone,
yeah, we should
there might
probably
even
switch.
there might even be an entirely different community you can go to that's just on the main menu.
Where the character it's spun in isn't dying.
Yeah.
Horrible death.
Yeah, I love the fact that in the standard mode was when we started with a half-dead character. Like, what in the world was I doing?
That's why I assumed that we were in Nightmare.
But so that's one that we've heard. Another one.
All right, we're switching.
Matt Sisko wants to know if there's any plans to bring back monthly challenges like we had in the Year One Survival Edition. The specific infrastructure of challenges is something that we're not going to be able to easily support anymore. But we do like the way that works. I mean, if you play the Year One Survival Edition right now, you're still getting new challenges every single month, and there's new reasons to come back into the game regularly to unlock new content, that kind of thing. And we know that really worked with our audience. People really liked that idea, and so we're still, even though formal challenges, the way that we supported it in the original game, aren't really going to work for State of Decay 2, we still know that that's something that worked for players, and so we're thinking of other ideas and other ways we could put things in the game that sort of bring you back and give you a reason to come in and check out new content pretty regularly.
I like this one, Jeffrey the Jeffador.
The Jeffador.
The Jeffador. Let's see here. Lucario Pokemon wants to know, will the AI get upgraded like other, like friendly characters and stuff like that? Again, on the list!
Yes, on my magical list of things to do for you guys. Definitely.
Yeah, everybody says that the enemy enclaves are troublesome.
they're a bit hard. We did a tiny nerf on them in the last update, but they can be pretty rough.
This looks like a community that's in Nightmare.
They look like they're hurting.
That's right.
Yeah, they look like they're hurting. This is much better.
That's a community. All right.
Dean Luxton has a question for Brant. When you guys first released State of Decay as an arcade title on the 360, did you ever imagine that it would come this far?
That isn't. Sorry, it's sweaty.
Oh wow, it is.
Because I grip, I get so intense.
Yeah. How do your hands even reach that temperature?
That's a yes. I mean, we didn't know, of course, that we'd be making like the second one 8 years later and thinking about the future and all that. Because in this industry, at least until I started here, my average was about 2.5 years in a job before the job just ended. Because that's the sort of natural life cycle of most game companies, if they even last that long. So having gone through that quite a few times, you hope for the best and try and plan for the worst. But we knew that we had something special because it was different, especially for consoles, and especially the 360 at the time. And we're just super thankful that what we thought was special about that game also resonated with some people that were willing to shout it from the rooftops and share it with their friends and buy it and buy other copies for their friends, and word of mouth on that first title, and then the rest is history. But I'm just blessed that this game that we thought of a long time ago is still rolling on and has dedicated fans like all you people who are sitting here with us today. So, that's didn't know, but we hoped.
Is this our only ride?
Probably.
That sweet ride, yes. And take care of it because
Oh, I'm gonna wreck this thing.
I actually can't remember what we were trying to do at this point. Maybe just survive.
Probably. We were getting some advice from Scarproof on what to do, but we've forgotten all of his good advice, and we're just left with our own amateur
That's right.
nonsense.
Scar is sitting at home right now, just face palming like all that hard work.
Tonic's RTN6 wants to know if we're going to get any more unique zombies. That's a secret.
Yeah,
we can't
stop
tell
asking
you.
secret questions.
Yeah, quit asking.
Well, there's Fall Down, Go Boom.
Yeah.
I hear you had a tragic end to your speedrun last night. I didn't. I haven't watched the video yet, but
Speaking of watching Fall Down videos, though, you guys should stick around for Community Spotlight, which we'll do in between 5 and 10 minutes from now. Fall Down might make an appearance.
there's Fallout Girl. Hello, my dear.
Bilbo wants to know who's in charge of keeping Brant's taco meter topped off. Kind of a producer question.
Actually, we do need a producer for that, and we haven't. No one's been allocated to make sure that happens. It makes me feel unimportant.
We're getting more pizza places around here, but nobody's adding any tacos.
There's a yes. This is like a black hole for tacos.
Fuck, that one's getting back up.
There used to be a Taco Del Mar, which I know is probably not within your standards.
I actually
no,
didn't even
that's
hear
not
those
good.
words because they're on a filter. Taco Del Mar. Get out of here. No, there's a good place that's about 6 blocks from here. Or if you ask Undead Mark, 600 blocks. He doesn't like to go there. No. It's worth the walk, is all I can say. But there is and then we're in Pioneer Square in Seattle, which is gentrifying rapidly, and so there's really expensive, fancy, gastro pubs and stuff that are trying to sell tacos. They're not doing such a
They're
great
not
job.
very good.
Okay, we can stop talking about tacos. I know that's a stream in itself. We'll do that some other time when we don't have anything. Maybe never. Actually, we won't do that ever.
The whole goal right now is just going to be to run the truck to the ground.
What? Why
The
would you
smoke's
do
getting
that?
darker and darker. Oh!
You've achieved your goal already.
Not quite in the ground
Oh,
yet.
jeez.
That's the only car we have.
Oh, God.
Awesome Twitch Dude wants to know if we've got anything planned for our
Now you want to get out.
for our year anniversary, and
There was stuff in the back of that too. Don't go near it. You'll die.
It'll be fine.
we know that we're doing a stream next week. We haven't decided exactly what we're doing on that stream, So next week is going to be the first birthday of State of Decay 2. So it's a pretty exciting moment. Unfortunately, we don't have any in-game events that we can do because we're right in the middle of secret stuff that makes it hard to do things like that. So hopefully, it won't be too long before we can share things with you. But in the meantime, we'll have to figure out something to do. Maybe we'll just give away some of our most valuable loot here on the stream to celebrate a birthday. Maybe you think that'll be enough, guys?
Sure. I mean, for me, it's enough for me.
Bob Therika says that Erin's in trouble.
Sorry, I was enthralled by Erin's single-handed dismantling of our carefully laid plans here.
Yeah.
She said she was gonna, and she has.
I always deliver on my promises.
Wow, that's a lot.
Look at that.
That is trouble.
That actually reminds me.
Oh my
Floater,
God!
floater,
No,
floater.
no.
Perfect.
That actually reminds me of one of the videos we've got on Community Spotlight in just 4 minutes.
Oh boy.
It'll be fine.
You got
It'll
like
be fine.
permanent health damage for most of your bar.
It'll be fine.
Run.
Oh,
I have snacks. We'll be
I knew this
fine.
guy had an awesome name too. Get on the roof. Get on the roof. I don't know if you can get to the roof of this one.
Yeah, you can. It's around back.
Is it? Shit.
It's not through the front.
I'll need a bullet to the face.
Breaking sight lines, really
my.
important.
Yep. Just
Yay!
kite him through the building. Kite him through the building. That's all
This
you
is where
really
we live
do.
now.
Yeah. Oh, we
This
should
is our
we should
home.
just pause here and just save it for whoever plays next stream.
Yeah, like you did to
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Perfect.
That's true. You can be guest next week.
I'll at
You can
least
come back.
heal him a little. Oh. I'll leave him.
Yeah, we are unhealable at this point.
Yeah. Why don't we just pause this guy up here and we will do our community spotlight. You guys ready for
Yay!
this?
Yay.
This is our new favorite thing.
So let me see here. I gotta scooch this over here where you guys can see it. Yeah. Okay. Get your headphones on. This is important. So I gotta we gotta do something weird here because I gotta position. I hadn't thought this through. We've only done community spotlight when I'm sitting in Brant's chair, and it's hard to do it.
Do you want to sit
this
in
way.
my chair while you do community
Oh
spotlight?
no! Everything's gonna be fine. We got it.
Is it?
We got it. It's gonna be great. People want to see you. You guys are the comic relief, not me. So All right. So first off, this image here is wonderful. It comes from Buck at MansBreath on Twitter. Brent, do you want to read the instructions that are right in the middle of the screen there?
View vehicle upgrades. Grab items.
So what? But she's not standing by a vehicle right
Oh,
now.
Boy.
Is she there to grab some items?
Is she a proctologist?
So thank you, Buck, for sharing that with us.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That was
I
amazing.
love it.
Yeah, that's a.
I mean, I
Big
don't
butt.
love it. That's a great screenshot.
Yeah, there's some horrors going on in that person's life. They thought losing all of their friends and family was one thing, but ugh. All right, so our next video comes from Black Doom 96. This one is here, let me get it playing for you. This one starts kind of gruesome, so just fair warning. So the way that Black Doom describes this, me, could you deal with her? I want her gear. Juggernaut, no problem. Me, thanks. So this part makes me uncomfortable, but then the part that I like is, Juggernaut is like, okay, man, I took care of that for you.
You are. Well, he had his fill.
Yeah.
Later, dude.
He's
He's
done
had
now.
his fill.
They're friends. He's lived there so long. And Jugger just homies now.
Yeah, so he's apparently got a partner. I mean, so this is a very dark story that we are seeing here, but like, yep, he's done.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty horrific.
So if Black Doom offers to join your game to help you with your community, I'm gonna say don't do it.
At least don't let him bring a friend. So our next one, this one comes from Greg Arizona Man. And this is actually a depiction of one of our favorite bugs that we solved with the last with the last content update. This was the drop bear bug. So we hadn't actually shown it on the air, and so he shared this video with us, and we wanted to kind of share it. So gotta get your stuff out of the back of the car and then head home. Your follower, I don't know where your follower is.
Oh God!
Wow.
So thanks, Greg Arizona Man. That was awesome.
Wow.
Let's see here. So our next one comes from Not Good Enough. So they said that they were racing a friend off screen, and then they did this move on purpose and did not expect it to work out as well.
That was a nice whip.
Yeah, that was pretty
That
cool.
was clean.
Unfortunately, the friend still got ahead right at the end there.
Yeah, but points for style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So this is when you were being chased by that bunch of zombies. Stevan Williams's video was what I was thinking of. So on Twitter, Stevan said, "My co-op partner is a more famous celebrity." So Stevan's running around here trying to fight some zombies, and most of these zombies are just really interested in Stevan's friend.
Was that Justin Bieber?
And it gets worse too. I love this. So Stefan's running this way, and the friend's like, all the zombies just turn and orient on the friend. There's like fireworks going off. Maybe there's fireworks going off in his friend's pants. Just one zombie comes after Stefan.
Really nice.
That is-
That exotic blood scent.
Yeah, like steak sauce.
And look, the friend managed to get away and actually get into their car. Both their cars are in bad shape. Look at the scale of this
That's how I
zombie
drive
horde.
my cars.
And yeah, it looks like got Aaron's car there. Yeah, this actually went surprisingly well. So our next video is from one of our old friends, Surreal Scotsman.
There we go.
So we don't do a lot of car bug videos because there's just so many we can't possibly pick between them. But we decided to go with this one just because it was so over the top.
What the hell?
Well,
It's just raining yellow trucks. 3 yellow trucks fall out of the sky.
If that roof hadn't been there, I'm pretty sure that car was going to land on me.
Yeah, so his life was saved by a roof.
That's right.
He asked us that, please can you tell the trucks, I'm sorry for whatever I did wrong.
You need to, Scotsman. You need to just knock off whatever you're doing to make them mad. We can't take into account everything that's possible, and you've apparently angered the yellow truck gods.
have you been blowing them up like I blow up my trucks? Or?
So this one is from Fall Down Go
Criminal
Boom.
mistreatment.
One of our favorite folks, Fall Down Go Boom. So this was just perfect VO serendipity. Listen closely.
No? You are actually pretty good.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Remember,
You're welcome.
stay safe.
I'm trying.
I like how Fall Down just goes with it too.
Yeah,
it's like he's just having a conversation now.
It's all good.
I guess they're sentient now.
Yeah. And then our last video here from a Community Spotlight. This one comes from Aberdeen, and this one isn't about humor. This is more just about sheer badassery.
Abra is a badass.
His comment on this was, "That's how you clear a house."
I can't catch my breath.
And that's it. They're all gone.
Wow.
I've played a bit with Abra, and she always saves my bacon.
So there's our Community Spotlight. Of course, so if anybody wants to share some videos and or images to potentially get on here, just do. I keep forgetting to put the hashtag up on the screen. It's hashtag Funny Survivor Stories. Do that. Megan will get back to you. And
We've seen some awesome ones.
yeah, there's some really cool ones
We
coming
watch
in.
them.
So anyway, I guess we can just try to see if we can get this character off the roof for the very, very last
Do you want to
moments of the
continue
video.
killing the character?
Do you want me to kill the character?
No, I don't. He has a great gun. It took so long to find him.
Let's see if Brant can save this character.
Yeah, let's
I'm
see
gonna
if you
die
can
in the
save-
first 2 seconds
save
now
the
that I've
situation
expressed
put
any
you in.
kind of caring about this character.
Yeah.
All right, do I have anything to help me? Not really.
You got some painkillers. I left you with snacks. Never go wrong with snacks.
Maybe I can draw them over here and then sneak over to the other side, or just run. course, I don't have a car anymore to sneak away.
You want to fight?
Let's see where they are. You just hang out over there. Everything's cool. There's no problems. Nothing to see here. Nothing edible for sure. I'm gonna get my... Oh, and there's a screamer over there. Awesome.
This makes it more fun.
I don't see any... Oh, that's our destroyed car. I don't see any other cars. So we're hoofing it. This is perfect. And really exciting.
Yes.
Scar. Yes. I'm heading back to base because there's tacos there. Nothing will stop me. No power in the verse can stop me.
Screamer spotted.
Screamer avoided.
What screamer?
Sneaky, sneaky. If I can't see him, he can't see me. Okay, this is too much. I can't pass this up. What do you bet he turns around and...
I don't know. I want him to turn around.
Excuse me, sir. All right. All right. I think we're good. I'm just gonna get up and run. Which is
Oh, geez.
I'm not running
wow.
anymore.
Yeah. That's
'Cause
changed the whole situation.
That would just ring the dinner bell for that guy.
So while Brent's sneaking around, Bilbo wants to know, how did you decide that you wanted to be a producer
Yeah, I'm gonna
over
need
all the
something
millions
much
of other
bigger
things
than
you
this
might have
one.
done?
When I was a little girl.
I opened up my copy of Microsoft Excel.
That's right.
Pretty much, actually, yes.
And dreamed of Jira.
Well, when I was in business school, actually, which is not the normal track for game devs, I loved managing the projects and like all of our group projects. I was that person that like organized everybody and, you know, doled out tasks and made sure that our project came together at the end, which in business school you do a ton of that. So at that point I knew that was my calling. Just really good at telling people what to do. I can't help that. You know, that's just me. So.
Yeah, I love it. That is kind of how a whole lot of people sort of end up finding their real career by seeing what they do when they're not supposed to be doing it, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
I think that's how Brian Giammi got into game design. He was at Digipen studying to be a programmer, and he got on a team with a bunch of other programmers. And when the game needed to be designed, he was the only one who was interested in doing it.
Yeah.
And he spent so much time doing it, he got good at it, and that was that's what he does now for a living.
I don't even want to know what makes the air
Just happened
taste so
for me.
bad.
Dude Man Dope 95 wants to know what gun you've got on your back. Is that a Vector?
It is. It's Chris Vector.
Oh my gosh! Oh, is this it? Is this gonna be it?
Oh, this.
Oh,
no!
Well, it would not be our stream if someone didn't get killed. So. Oh, and hey, we got our new profile and achievement though for dying in a dread zone or a nightmare zone. So
There we go.
that's
Yeah,
pretty
all the
good.
achievements.
We got Spider Monster and is that Hal? Spider Monster and Hal. Who do you want? They're all villains in horror movies.
I'm actually not sad about the dude. I'm sad about that sweet gun because
We gotta look for
gun
that
was
coffin on the
sweet.
map.
we don't have a lot of them.
Got
All
some
right.
fireworks guns.
I am gonna go back there and reclaim what's mine.
Well, you've got 6 minutes.
Oh, that's plenty of time. I got this.
You might be able to call in a Burninator or something to get out there. Or maybe a wizard van.
I'm taking the Star Shanker. And I will call in a wizard van. What is it? Independent?
Holiday content.
There we go.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Nightmare.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Thanks for making it harder, Bri. All right. Speed run. Yeah. We're sprinting.
We're going to do it.
It's a little harder to keep
You got snacks, you're gonna make it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I can't keep this up.
My guy's already tired. I can't keep it
These are
up.
all new characters.
Let's see how many I can kite down there.
Xenocidal Angel says, make sure to give the Jug a hug on your way.
Get more of those.
Jugs want hugs. Just running.
Maybe one will be your friend.
Nothing to see here.
I need a rest.
No, I don't need a rest. I'm going for it. I got energy drink. And probably some guys chasing me. Yeah.
Fall Down Go Boom wants to know what your favorite genre of games is, Aaron. Is there a category that is your thing?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Are you kind of all over the place?
Kind of all over the place. I really like fantasy.
Is that a fictional genre? Do you read fantasy?
I do.
Yeah? You have favorite authors?
Yes, no, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place. I'm reading the second book of the King right now, but it makes me sad to know there's not going to be a third.
Oh.
Who knows how long? So I think it's been like 8 years now.
Oh, jeez. Whoa! Nice!
Oh, it's fantastic.
That worked
yeah,
out.
Yeah, that was great. This is
I mean-
your moment.
Meant to.
So yeah, fantasy. Like I said, PvP is super
maybe
fun.
not.
I just get a little too nasty for it.
Yeah, I've only got like a handful of PvP games I can even play with any level of competence. Like I can play Call of Duty okay. When Apex Legends was new, I was doing okay at it, but now I just get completely smoked.
Yeah.
There's just no way. I think my daughter does better at it than I do, but she does it mostly by stealth. She'll just wait until the very last, thing without getting into any fights, and then just do her best to pick people off as a third party.
Yeah, that's kind of how my PUBG started, shifting as I would just cross-country running and hiding, and then I was like, well, this isn't really PvP anymore.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
hide and go seek.
everyone else is playing a shooter, you're playing a stealth game.
Yeah.
So, I play this game a bit, but I went back to the spot where my guy died, and not where he currently is as a zombie walking around with my gear.
Right! For the record, that is also on the list.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So you can track them.
Okay, well, that was all for naught.
Well, no, he could be around here somewhere.
I just killed like 30 zombies, and none of them dropped stuff, so
You're doing great.
I'm gonna go to the quick ER and hide. I love that logo, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great. Logos are hard. Like, making logos is an entire discipline and job on its own, and people who are building fictional video game worlds have to not only be good at building fictional video game worlds, but they have to be able to do stuff like that. Building a logo, which is not a skill that everyone just has,
Yeah, we actually hired out somebody to do some of our logo work.
Of course!
Oh,
This is
no.
the best way to end the stream.
Oh, it bounced off and went. Oh no!
That was great! That was one of the best ricochets I've ever seen.
Oh man, get back.
Oh come on! This is.
Bandages! Bandages!
I can't use them here.
GG.
Over the wall!
No, watch this. Watch this.
Screamer, now.
Kite him.
Watch this.
Get up there, get up there!
Shit. Oh no! You terrible, terrible game.
Ow.
Oh. Haha, you can't get me. And I haven't. Oh,
Completely out of ammo.
Oh.
Oh.
take that at least. Alright, I'm gonna go over
man.
here. I'm gonna live in this tent for the rest of my short life.
That sounds amazing, and it is just about time to quit anyway, so...
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great, really great. I'm just gonna
Just sit.
Yeah, we're sit down. This is the end of this character. It's been nice knowing you, Spider or Monster, or whoever I chose.
I think it might have been Hal. I don't know.
He
You're
might,
Spider.
Oh no, I was gonna say he
Spider.
might make it back, but that's a lot of it.
We're not gonna watch that.
Well, I'd like to thank my guests. Erin Anderson, thank you so much for coming in, letting people get to know you, answering our questions. It was
Thanks
great.
for having me.
And Brant, thank you so much for getting a character tragically probably killed and filling our lives with misery and woe.
I try my best.
And thanks to our audience, and we're just really happy you guys are here. And we're going to keep trying to make this game better and better for you. Hopefully, sometime in the near-ish future, we might have more stuff to announce. But for right now, thanks for playing our game, and we will talk to you all
Bye, everybody.
later.
Thank you for showing
Bye.
up. Appreciate it.
And now we have an end screen for like 15 seconds, but we can still be heard.
That's all right.
Oh, fantastic.
This is when we spill our worst secrets.
Yeah.
And
Secrets.
That's right. Confirmed.
Undead Labs. Secret.
The new slogan.
That's right.